Hey, everybody. This is Arthur Haggerty with Paramount Residential Mortgage Group. This is our fourth episode of Ask the Expert. And today we have Nancy Rodriguez with Complete Bookkeeping Solutions. She is a virtual bookkeeping firm. And her and I we met, we joined a BNI group and we met and we're part of the group, the Business Networking International. And I asked her to come and share some insights on those that are self-employed or those that are just looking for bookkeeping solutions. So Nancy, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate your time. And I'm sure the audience is looking forward to hearing some good insight from you.
Yeah. Hi, Arthur. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. So go ahead and tell the audience a little bit about yourself and what type of services you provide.
Yeah. So like you mentioned, my name is Nancy Rodriguez, and I am the owner of Complete Bookkeeping Solutions, LLC. And we are a virtual bookkeeping firm. So we are able to help business owners from anywhere in the country, and we welcome any type of business industry. Our mission is we want to manage our customers' numbers and optimize their earnings by providing complete and accurate bookkeeping solutions. So, like I said, we welcome any business industry from anywhere in the country.
Okay. So when you say optimize their numbers, do you perform like some type of analysis of like past profit and loss to kind of see some trends or anything of that nature?
Yes. So as part of being a bookkeeper is we make sure that we detail every business expense because we want to make sure the business owner gets credit for every single expense. Sometimes the business owner doesn't know what counts as a tax write-off versus tax deduction. So that's where we come in. We want to make sure we optimize every single business expense.
Okay. So from that perspective, who would need your services? I mean, why can't somebody just go out there and use like a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, put numbers in and all that? And
Yeah.
so go ahead.
Good question. So the fact is every business owner needs bookkeeping. You're required by law to report your profits. You need to make sure you report all of your expenses, your sales. And the only way to do that is by having a reliable bookkeeping system. Now, the reason I use QuickBooks. That's the accounting software that we use. Okay. And the reason I believe it's better than like Excel spreadsheets is because I compare it like having a basic phone with a smartphone. Sure, you can make phone calls with both, but how much more can you do with a smartphone? So same thing with accounting software. You're able to do so much more. Excel is not going to give you the profit and loss or the balance sheet that you need to make key decisions for your business.
Okay. And so it sounds like you're going to, even though Excel will do the basics, you're going to kind of go above and beyond. And as you see trends, you're going to inform business owners, hey, there's some trends I see on your expenses. So you're not just necessarily capturing numbers. It sounds like you're almost acting like an advisor.
Correct. Yes. So we do look for patterns. One of the things that I like about using a reliable software like QuickBooks is the fact that with Excel, you can't reconcile your accounts. So with QuickBooks, that's one of the things that we're able to use. We're able to match your statements with QuickBooks. And that alone, that's where we're able to catch financial mistakes like duplicate transactions, or some business owners forget they have subscriptions that, they thought they cancel, or they thought it was like a one-time thing. But, then we notice, hey, did you know this person charged you 3 times? Or did you know that this subscription is still going? And just by doing that alone, it saved customers a lot of money because it's, expenses that they didn't realize happened.
Okay. And do you specialize in any particular industry segment, or are your services pretty much wide open to really any?
Yeah, it's wide open. So the good thing about the firm is that we partner with a large network of bookkeeping experts and CPAs. So in the case, let's say if I come in a question where I don't know the answer to, I know where to get the answer. And you have that peace of mind that I can get back to you within 72 hours.
Okay. So from your perspective as a bookkeeper, what do you see some of the challenges that small business owners have in relationship to managing their finances? Because I know as a small business owner, that's probably, I like to see the money coming in,
Right.
but I don't necessarily want to account for all my expenses per se, because it's not the most, you don't necessarily like paying your bills. You know what I mean? It's not the most pleasant experience. What do you see as the biggest challenge that small business owners have related to bookkeeping?
Well, first of all, business owners, they tend to wanting to take every task themselves, want to wear multiple hats.
Okay.
One of them is doing their own bookkeeping. But when that happens, unfortunately, the business owner doesn't take enough time to do the books because you have a business to run.
Okay.
So you're not going to give the time that's required to do bookkeeping, and chances are you're going to miss a lot of deductions.
Okay.
You're not going to know what's considered a tax write-off, what isn't. And then another struggle that we see is that business owners leave bookkeeping till the last minute. So around April, they tend to run to the bank, try to get a year worth of statements, or go through the shoe boxes where they have their receipts, and then just try to scramble and see what was a business expense, what wasn't.
Okay.
And it's pretty stressful for a business owner. You're running a business.
Okay.
But how much time are you taking trying to do the bookkeeping when you could be doing other things like marketing, or perhaps you could be working on customer retention, or working with your team to provide better customer service?
Okay.
So those are the common struggles that we see in the business as a businessman.
So I won't tell on myself, but from the perspective of waiting to the last minute, what do you have in a sense of a process to, I guess, minimize that last minute April rush of, oh, let me get my bank statements, let me reconcile them and put them in a spreadsheet? Because inevitably, when that happens, people forget stuff, they overlook it because they're stressed. Do you have where they do stuff with you quarterly, or do you have some like periodic check-in with customers that you service?
Yes. So as a bookkeeper, I always have Zoom meetings with a client. And every month, first of all, I make sure, hey, can you take a look at these expenses? I categorize them as this is what I got for the business. Are these accurate? And it doesn't take much of your time because I've done most of the work.
Okay.
And quarterly, we review the profit and loss and the balance sheet, or depending on the business industry, sometimes it's monthly.
Okay.
But that's where we review it and we look, hey, this is what's going on right now. This is how much you're spending on cost of goods. Perhaps maybe, you could spend a little bit less, or you need a budget. So just patterns that we look for. And we have a lot of communication with the customer. So.
Okay, good. That's good to know. So what tips would you give a business owner that's looking to engage a bookkeeper like yourself? What tips would you give them to look for?
Well, a few tips that I like to provide, whether you hire a bookkeeper or not, to make your life easier, is to keep your personal expenses and your business expenses separately. That's one of the struggles that we see a lot. A lot of owners commingle both, and that's where your finances kind of gets foggy, because we don't really know how the business is doing, because you have a lot of personal mixed with business. And for audit purpose, I mean, if you were to get audited, it's going to be a really stressful day if you don't know what's what, because the auditor's not going to take guesses. They're going to want details. They're going to want everything needs to be accurate. So definitely separate both. The best thing to do is get a business account and a business credit card and use that for just business purposes.
Okay, so it sounds like you said no. Probably the biggest tip is no commingling of accounts.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So if someone is looking to engage a bookkeeper like yourself, what questions would you have those potential clients? What should they be looking for to ensure that whoever they're hiring is going to be able to meet their needs?
Well, I can tell you what I do with my customers. That's going to help me help them. So first, I need to understand the business. I need to know where it stands now and what are your business goals. Are you looking to expand? Are you looking for a business loan? Are you looking to hire more people? So depending on where that conversation goes, then that's how we know we understand your needs, and that's how we're able to help you better. So definitely get a bookkeeper that does more than data entry. Look for someone that truly understands or takes the time to understand your business so they can know how to help you.
Okay, great. So you're saying that whoever, whether it's yourself or any other type of bookkeeper, it should not be just somebody that's counting, I hate counting beans or numbers, but really kind of the consultative approach and kind of get to understand the big picture and the goals of that organization or that business owner.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, some bookkeepers might not be able to provide you with the profit and loss, or might not be able to go over that. But that's something that I like to do with my clients to make sure you look for patterns. Hey, you mentioned that your goal is to get a business loan. Well, we need to show your profits. Overall, just look for a pattern and get you closer to your goals.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm sure especially with COVID, there's probably a lot of people that have migrated to the virtual bookkeeping space.
Mm-hmm.
What would separate you, if you had to say, from others that are out there that would make someone like myself or any other business owner want to select you as their bookkeeper?
Yeah, so a lot of reasons. If you're a large company, for once, you wouldn't be on payroll. You don't have to worry about payroll, wages.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about office space. We have our own equipment, and I wouldn't be on payroll. It's no contract. It's as soon as, let's say for some reason it doesn't work out, we just, go apart and that's it. There's no HR involved.
Okay.
Also, what we believe that how we stand out is, like I mentioned earlier, we don't just do data entry. We truly analyze. We ask our customers, what are your goals? We try to understand their goals, and what is the next step? How are we going to get you there? Do you need a bank loan? Do you need to expand? Do you need a new location? How can we get you? Let's get you there.
Okay. So, and those are some very insightful information for the audience. And I can tell you that I've had a bookkeeper for years. I since have migrated to other areas, but to me, that's key, because if you're trying to run a business and you're trying to show a profit, but trying to minimize what you're paying to the government legally. Legally, I want to make sure I say it legally. I don't want to get you in trouble or me in trouble, but legally, you want somebody that understands that information and not where it's, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but if you wait till, December, January, and you're not tracking what you've been spending, you have no idea where you're going or what your trends are at all. I mean, you don't have that insight.
Exactly. Yes. You don't, it's hard to make key decisions for the business. You know exactly where you stand if you don't know if you don't have your financials in order. So, yeah.
Okay, good. So tell me, if someone is interested in your services, how can they make contact with you, get a hold of you?
Yeah, a lot of ways. So we have a Facebook page, Complete Bookkeeping Solutions. You can look it up at Complete Bookkeeping Solutions LLC, and the business page comes up. Or you can look me by my personal page. It's mostly business as well. I like to provide tips for business owners. And then I can also include my number. I do have a business number, or email.
Okay.
Nancy R at completebksolutions.com.
Okay, let the audience know what your phone number is as well.
Yeah, phone number is 559-474-1624. Great.
Well, Nancy, this was very helpful. Thanks for joining today, and I will see you on Wednesday, bright early morning, our BNI meeting. This is Arthur Haggerty with Paramount Residential Mortgage Group. We've had Nancy Rodriguez from Complete Bookkeeping Solutions. Thanks, Nancy. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay cool. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.
Bye.